Back at it with another venue cleanup video. Gotta get my coffee. It is a little past 2 in the morning and I'm about to get to it. Now, usually I can tell how the inside is going to be just by seeing how the outside looks like. And as you see, the stool that's usually in the bathroom is outside of the door and the trash is everywhere. When I tell you, as soon as I walked inside, it smelled like Snoop Dogg's ghost.
I always wanted to say this. For shizzle.
Now, it really annoyed me because this was one of the weekends where I have 3 events this weekend: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this was the Friday event. And the smell is not easy to get out of anything. And for the ones that saw the video of the last event that messed up my space, I'm going to go ahead and answer the question you guys asked. Yes, I did charge them for the damages, the smell, and the extra labor that had to go into cleaning after this event. Now, from the initial walkthrough, it doesn't visually look too bad. It was some things that I did peep, but we'll talk about that later in the video. The sink in our women's bathroom was disgusting. Trash wasn't taken out. And then in our back room, in our kitchen area, that door is supposed to stay locked. They obviously went in there and helped themselves to our chips that we used for bingo night. Granted, that's probably not the best place to put the chips. And I don't know if you noticed the water on the floor, but the counter was also covered in water in there. Now, just a little background. This was a last minute graduation booking. They told me,
hey, we don't need any tables or chairs, we just need the space.
So I did have to customize their invoice for that, but I did still include the refundable security deposit because any type of event like this, just from my experience, is always that risk of this type of situation where they don't take the best care of the space while they're in it. And we see that by the stool that's usually in the men's bathroom being outside,
as well as the obvious signs of weed being smoked inside.
I know it's hard to see on here, but there was a very thick film on the mirrors from, I guess, the smoke or whatnot that they were doing in here. So I actually had to wipe the mirrors like 3 separate times to get it off. And even then, that wasn't good enough to get it off. But I did the best I could do. Now, the thing was, I have 2 other events right after this. So this was a Friday event. I have a Saturday and a Sunday event that have to follow after this. So I am doing the best that I can do, but at the same time, I'm stressing because it needs to be up to par for the following 2 events.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection.
Now, again, as I've stated in previous videos, I do love what I do in this business, but there's always downsides. So this is one of the downsides where, yes, I am doing what I enjoy doing, but there are sometimes going to be clients that don't necessarily respect your stuff as you would want them to, i.e. having somebody sit on the table and bending it.
Now, weirdly enough, this is actually my favorite part of the cleanup process, which is mopping. Reason being, once I start mopping, I know I'm pretty much done with the hard stuff. While I have you here, if you're interested in owning your own event venue, hit me up. I will start taking on a few people, teaching you how to get into the industry, how to start, run, and operate your venue, and of course, how to make it profitable. Now, don't start DMing me just asking a whole bunch of random questions and think I'm about to just give you the whole blueprint on this industry, this business. But yeah, if you're serious, let me know. All right, back to the cleanup. So our outside was also very trashy. They left a lot of trash everywhere, especially by the entrance. There were cans, bottles, cigarette butts in the street, and even in the flower pot spots that we have in the front of the venue. So I had to go around with the trash can and my trash grabbers because I'm not touching that with my hands. Yeah. 3.5 hours later, we are done. I have the tables and chairs out for the next day event. Yeah, it was a lot. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.